Hello lovers, welcome back to EmperorsLight. It's me, Tony, here with your channel tarot card messages today. So I just got done doing water sign readings, the Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio reading for today. So we're going to get into your twin flame soulmates, right? Your divine counterpart readings for today. Kind of an update. So yeah, this is going to be your divine conversation messages that you're going to be getting from your person. Gonna try to channel something detailed, something out of the ordinary. What inspired this one is well, there's a whole lot going on right now. We have the full moon in Capricorn, so the intuition is firing up. You know, usually during around the full moon, even women can tell you during their moon cycles they become more intuitive and more empathic, right? And if you're a spiritualist and clairvoyant, those abilities are pretty heightened. With the Saturnian energy, it's just more growing up and becoming more structured. So again, some of you guys could be going through Saturn returns, getting in serious relationships, or defining the person, the people that you are, the person that you are, and the people that's coming around you, right? So this could be like the law of attraction in motion, right? But Capricorn also symbolizes like your restrictions. It's kind of Capricorn energy, so dealing with like your finances or your stability and things like that. So again, I was getting like heavy marriage vibes. But when I actually first started, so I'm actually toward the end of my not my spiritual journey, because it's going to be a lifelong thing. But you know how when you first go through a dark night of the soul or a spiritual awakening, and it's been like 3 years or so since I first started my tarot channel. I'm not sure, maybe a little bit over 3 years. You know, you have to give and take a few days, weeks, or months, or whatever the case may be. And like, I would say maybe about 7 months ago, 8 months ago, that was like toward the end of my journey, when I realized that the people around me, Saturnian energy, they weren't trying to better themselves, butterflies. They weren't trying to do new things. And me, myself, I'm a black sheep in my family, right? No one in my life, no one in my family has ever, or to my knowledge, has ever literally opened up their own business. Like, you can literally, I can go on to florida.gov right now, and I actually have my own business, Morningstar Consulting Services, right? Which I've been trying to like build business credit off of. I try to learn things or listen to like podcasts that help me get more acquainted with business, learn business acumen and stuff like that. So again, Saturnian energy, right? And this is what happens when Saturn comes in, is like, hey, you need to get more grounded. You need to pay attention to more of like earthly things, because you live on planet Earth. So until like your time here is past, like this is what you're gonna have to deal with, right? These meat bodies and other meat bodies. So it's not such a bad thing. But yeah, so restructuring. So I'm like at the tail end of like my dark night of the soul, or my spiritual awakening, or whatever the case may be. I haven't really been feeling any negative energy, but I kind of have been feeling held back. So but yeah, when I first started that journey, I was like, I took like all of my savings, and I like spent most of my time on the beach, like renting hotels and just like living my life like it's golden 333. And yeah, it was a pretty good time. And then, you know, things slowly start to change. You come back to reality. You know, sometimes too much partying just becomes boring. Like, again, I talk about how sometimes rich and famous people, they get sick and tired of living the luxury life, right? And it's just like, show me something new. But during that time, before I left the beach, right, I was getting like divine feminine energy. And this is the way how it came to me. Like, I was literally having like conversations that was happening in my head. Now, I'm a poet, I'm an artist, so I know I very well know how to I'm into poetry and things like that, right? And even though I know it may sound weird, but how do you think artists how do you think writers write their books? They literally have to sit there with themselves and think about their thoughts, talk to themselves, re-edit their own words and all this type of thing, unless they bring in some sort of an assistance, right? Gemini energy, right? People think that Geminis are deal with some sort of a mental illness, or they have multiple personalities, you know, identity disorder and all this type of stuff. But someone that's able to think on multiple levels, that's actually amazing, right? They're geniuses, right? Kanye is probably the richest rap billionaire ever, right? and so many other different examples I can give you of Geminis throughout history, right? So, I mean, air signs run the world, right? Without the word or without the thought, all right, without air, who's gonna be here? Like, water is not the most important element here on planet Earth. It's air. Like, if you're not breathing, you can't find water, or you won't even be thinking about trying to find water if you can't breathe. So, me, myself, a Libra. But yeah, what is that? That's Venusian energy. That's divine feminine and Empress, right? In the tarot, that's the archetype of the Empress, right? Libra and Taurus energy. And then my moon sign is an Aries, right? The divine masculine, the Emperor. So I'm literally on the beach as the wind blowing, and I'm just, this conversation is going off again, like poetry, or like the explanation that I give you of how, like, Renaissance men, how they come up with these big philosophy ideas, right? Is because they have thoughts in their head all the time, right? It wouldn't seem so weird if someone was supposed to say, you know, it was God's talking to me. Well, I guess other people would feel weird, right? These same people that go to church Sunday, they would feel weird when someone says, God's talking to me, or angels are talking to me, right? But yeah, so I had the divine feminine and divine masculine one night. They just not stop talking about how they were so in love with each other, right? And I was like, I feel like I'm spying on gods right now. Like, I'm like a fly on the wall as gods are romancing each other. Because, like, how do gods court each other, right? What happens in romance? Like, we heard about, like, Zeus and how he have, like, multiple women, right? And even the story of, like, the ascended master Jesus, how he's a virgin, but his divine counterpart is Mary Magdalene. And that's what we hear about. Shiva and Krishna, right? Kali Ma, right? So it's like, how do gods court each other, right? Oh, I even had a dream. Was that last night? Or was it a few nights back? Yeah, because I was into, like, Shiva maybe like a year and a half ago, and you know, his divine counterpart, I guess it would be Kali, but you delve more into, like, the Hindu, that whole spiritual vibe, you realize that his lover was, I don't even know how to pronounce her name, Praverti or something like that. Literally, if you try to say it in English, it's poverty, right? Kind of like Jesus, right? He literally was a pauper, or people would say he's a carpenter, so, you know, a poor person, but literally had all the powers of the universe, right? So Shiva's damn wife was literally named after poverty, right? Give up everything you have in order to get everything you've always ever wanted, right? And this is basically how the masculine, the divine feminine, the emperor and the emperor were talking to each other in my head. And I was like about to blush. I'm like, why can't I just want to go to sleep? Why is these immortal beings talking to me, right? There's levels and there's layers. So for you guys today, I kind of wanted to do a divine counterpart reading. I'm not sure if I wanted to split them up, one reading divine masculines and one reading divine feminines. I guess at this point I'll just combine them together. I may use timestamps, but I will do one first and then one and then the other after, just to see what the communication is, what they want to say to each other. Maybe what you're wanting to relay energetically towards your divine counterpart, or what your divine counterpart wants to relay to you through this message, right? And of course, this only counts if this reading has come across you and you clicked on this reading. That means it was meant for you, right? So like the video, subscribe to the channel so that we continue to grow, right? You don't know how these energetics work. You may very well get into a conversation in the comment section, or at some point through this channel, you may meet your divine counterpart through this channel. So that's why we're wanting the Spirit Tribe to go. We're getting closer to our 500 subscribers, which would be a new high for me, right? Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I've been doing tarot for 3 years, and like my channel's like barely. Actually, this new channel, I actually got excited because I had two viral. I actually have a lot of views on this channel early on versus like my old channel, Magical Science, right? Earlier this year, before I was harassed by the government, I had an Aries reading that took off, and it's like almost at 7,000 views. And then I had a Pisces reading. Pisces, for whatever reason, it always seems like it's going up and up and up. I think I've had like a couple like semi-viral Pisces reading, a couple thousands and things like that. Like a lot of the zodiac readings have been going up in like the hundreds counts, and then I've also been putting in work when it comes to like shorts and things like that. So, you know, It is very interesting, like how I lost access to my old account, which has like over 2,000 motivational speeches, lectures, and tarot readings. And I had to open up this new channel, I think, was it in October or November, towards the end of 2022? And how it's been not even a year, right? And I've gotten way more subscribers than my original channel that has so much more content. But yeah, we'll get into it. We'll see what Spirit wants me to relay through the cartomancy, because sometimes I have to use my own testimony, right? Which is why I'm running my mouth, right? The gift of gab, right? I guess if you're not speaking it, you're thinking it. Hence the divine masculine and the divine feminine going off in my head in a tangent about how much they love each other, right? But let's see. So I haven't even written down any questions here, so I guess first we'll just do some channel messages and see what comes through the cards, and we'll relay the messages that way. And I guess while I'm progressing through the reading, not sure how long it's going to be. Looks like it's going to be a little under 35 minutes. Yeah, and I'll probably ask a few random questions, maybe in regards to personalities, or how you can recognize your person, or how your person is feeling energetically towards you, right? But let's get into it. Let's get the first part of the reading. Yeah, I may definitely have to do a second reading in regards to divine masculine and divine feminine energies separately, right? So if these stories or these messages resonate for you, yeah, you're probably on the same life path or life journey as me, right? Love is the highest vibration. Once we could figure that out, this world would be at a better place, right? Why are you focused on love so much? Because again, on my first channel, I hated doing love readings, right? I hated it. And then I was inspired, right? I think I had some sort of a soul spark. And then I lost access to my my first page. And then I started this new page, and now it's all about love. So it's like a complete 180, bro. So let's see. Messages for the divine feminine, divine masculine collective today. The lovers, right? The soulmates, twin flame journeys. I don't know. Are you guys dealing with karmics? Let's see what the vibe is. What Spirit wants me to relate through the cartomancy for you guys today. All right, so grounding your message for today's energetic reading, we have Three of Bubbles. Oh my God. Didn't I say you guys would be seeing a lot of threes lately? Like I did the Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio reading before this one. And it was just so many threes coming up. Like threes this, three that. The third time I tried recording a reading. Like, but that's actual union, right? Or the Holy Trinity, right? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, or the masculine, the feminine, and the star child, right? This could be you being in a very creative moment at this time, right? So I don't know, maybe you're into building, creative poetry, or maybe you are into, like, you're in your season of master manifesting, right? Saturn will force that upon you, right? You're currently in some form of a mastery, or some sort of an alchemic process right now. There's a change up in your energetics. So the Three of Cups, I'm getting a vibe. So someone wants to have a vibe with you. Someone wants to celebrate with you. Someone wants to party with you. Someone wants to be all up in your energy, right? So I guess that's how we start in the love energy. So this is a private, okay, so I'm getting, so I don't know if this person is single, or if you're single, I'm getting like VIP treatment. So I don't know if that's like in a sex club or strip club, VIP treatment, because the Seven of Storms, right, which would be the Seven of Storms, that's like being private. That's like, it may be considered as like lying or stealing, or like some sort of a deceit, or like half-truths. It could also be a strategy as well. In some instances, right, it's our thoughts and our words, so it's coming off to me as whispering, right? Or like private information or something like that, right? Maybe it's not always about someone lying about something. Maybe it's just very sensitive and private information. I worked for Medicare and Medicaid for 3.5 years, and I'm very well versed in the laws of HIPAA. Which means you can't really talk about other people's medical you know, anyone's medical information, right? You can get sued for shit like that. That's like opening up someone's mail. You don't open up someone's mail, that's a federal offense. Birds just flew past me. Is that confirmation someone's alarm is going off? So yeah, this could be like private or sensitive information or a private relationship. Again, I just did that whole 1515, that whole spill about, and no one else knew this, and people would probably look at me if I would have told them that. And if you're here watching this reading, it depends on how deep you are into your spiritual journey. You know what I'm talking about when you just can't stop channeling, right? You just keep having recurring thoughts like that whole divine masculine, divine feminine energy, twin flame energy, how they were just talking in my head while I was trying to go to sleep. Again, it's a private relationship, right? And then we have 5 of bubbles, right? Who knows? I may have to do some research. I mean, 1555, we have ventriloquists. So depending on how people are connected mentally, right? They're still doing research on this in the scientific field and the spiritual field. We know that a ventriloquist can throw their voice, so why can't people throw their emotions, right? We know about telepathy and telepathic communication. And again, for me, like even the most, I'm not going to use the R word, even someone that's not even well versed, like all the stuff that we see in this world that's put in front of us, it had to come from somewhere. Like these movies, these people wouldn't be creating movies about superheroes if someone did not witness a superhero. It's like we wouldn't be making videos and people wouldn't be studying aliens for years if someone didn't actually see an alien at some point. Just like love, right? We wouldn't have people so obsessed with love and the positive feelings that love could bring if someone didn't experience true love at some point, right? So yeah, I don't put anything past anyone, right? And I always talk about how there's nothing new created under the sun, but there's always an opportunity, right, for something new to be created or experienced, right? The human mind can come up with anything once we can conceive that thought, right? If you can't develop it yourself, you try to communicate it with people around you. Some people are going to think you're crazy or silly or stupid or whatever the case may be until, right, you have to prove them wrong, right? Even when it comes to failure and success, right? Some of the best revenge is success, right? Again, we talk about alchemists, 333. Again, you're probably seeing a lot of threes, right? These guys were hermits, right? These guys were philosophers, right? Just like you have people that like to dig up old bones. You had philosophers or alchemists that like to play with elements. And yeah, they used to put together powdered mixtures and stuff like that. And those ingredients would typically blow up in their face until they found some sort of a success, right? Again, Aaliyah, if at first you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again, right? It's called practice. It's called mastery, right? So 5 of bubbles after this. Yeah, this is like a the emotions are entangled in this situation here, right? Now the way that I drew this picture is coming off as sad. I don't know, for whatever reason, it looks like a sad face with like the poison or the detox or the venom. Like this is like sweat, right? But it doesn't always have to be positive, right? You have to break down the negativity, or you have to get rid of the toxicity in order to experience the abundance or the happy moments, right? So this could be a private communication when it comes to emotions here. Getting a lot of channel messages and a lot of images in my head. This is like before a couple breaks up, they sit down, you know, they sit down next to each other on the edge of their beds, and they actually have a heart-to-heart communication or heart-to-heart talk about what's going on. Okay. Ace of Embers. Maybe it's a creative issue or a sex issue. Childbirth or something like that. Problem. So this is someone specific. There's a problem with like kids or something like that. Maybe they're trying to have kids, right? Let's take it into a positive route. So this could very well be like a change up in someone's emotions. Again, this is private communication. The Ace of Embers it gives off male phallic vibes, right? Very masculine energy, right? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you could be dealing with a fire sign. Could be dealing with someone very passionate or someone very inspirational, or this person just has a lot of energy, right? What is this here? Is someone dealing with What do men go through? It's like women go through menopause and men go through erectile dysfunction. Is that, because look at this. And you know, it's something that people don't want to talk about that stuff out in public, right? So someone's needing to spice up their romantic life or their love life, or this is a concern that someone's having right now, right? Like they don't mind spending time with you here. Huh. Yeah. Something about spending time with each other is what I'm getting here. The Queen of Storms, yeah, hearing someone out here. This could be like couples therapy. This could be like sex counseling. Could be dealing with a divorce possibly here. We do have the Five of Bubbles, so that's a change up. And yeah, someone's trying to keep a divorce secret, or they're trying to handle it in the best way they can. Like, okay, if we finna break up, we don't have to be mortal enemies and mortal friends, or we don't have to be mortal enemies. We just separate and, you know, break up the finances or whatever the case may be and just go our separate ways here. Ace of Embers is here, though. I mean, there must have been some sort of an issue when it comes to, like, the attraction level, or, like, I want to say muse activity, but, like, the creativity, the sexual desire, the passion. Maybe the passion has been lost in this situation here. Yeah, like, I don't read upside down cards, but the way that the energy is it comes through me, or the way that it's relayed or channeled through me, I'm gonna pick it up if I can, right? I'm a clear channel. I need to go on a damn fast though. Yeah, someone may feel like they need to go on some sort of a fast. We have Two of Bubbles, so friendship, communication. Yeah, this could have definitely been a marriage. Queen of Storms, which is the Libra. They're obsessed with marriage, right? Or relationships, right? And then Two of Cups. Someone wanting to share love with you, friendship with you here. I mean, it may very well be like we know, like a lot of marriages, they end because there's no sex, right? They call them sexless marriages. This may be a woman that's willing to put up with a lack of sex, or vice versa, a man that's willing to put up with a lack of sex here. Maybe it's not even the most important thing here in this situation here. Maybe, again, someone enjoys spending time with someone here. An example for me is like, it's almost been a year since I had sex. I'm not going to just give my sex to anyone, right? Like, first of all, I went through puberty. I started going through puberty at, what, 12, 18, right? Growing hair up under your balls, testosterone and all this type of stuff, more working out in the gym. And I didn't lose my virginity. It took 8 years until I was 21. So I've been outside of a relationship for about 3 years now. Okay. You want everyone to know that you have loud music. And I haven't had sex in like a year, or almost a year now. So I've waited 8 years before, right? I don't mind going another, I don't know, if eight years, but I'm just using it as an example. Like, I would rather be with the right person than the wrong person, and then turn around and have some excuse about why I can't be accountable. We're still dealing with Sagittarian energy, full moon and Saturn, right? Teaching people how to be accountable. Like, okay, I'm getting like borderlines or boundaries is what I'm getting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but someone values your, I guess that would be the cherry on top then. Someone values your energy, but they prefer the cherry on top. I've definitely had situations like that before, right? And I've heard of situations like that before, right? And until I got into a situation like that, I was like, what the heck? Yeah, well, like a sexual activity, but literally there being no sex there. Like, okay, we are both like naked here. And people go through that sometimes, right? Like, they have no one to fill up their cup, and they just want to be held by someone, not necessarily have sex with someone. Yeah, women get their cups filled up by how many men that's willing to throw attention at them, right? Something like that. Justice, yeah, relationship. This could definitely be a marriage here. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to stay away from talking about finances and business. And I'm going to try to stick to like relationships. So this would be Empress, Libra. or a secret Empress or something like that. Okay, I'm also getting the Virgin. Someone's like a secret virgin. We have the Seven of Embers. Yeah, they're protecting their emotions. I'm not sure if they're hiding their emotions, because this is the second seven. We have the Seven of Storms, which would be hiding, right? And now we have the Seven of Embers, which would be protections, which came out on top of the Five of Bubbles, which is a change up in the emotion. So someone could be protecting their emotional state, right? This could be like opening up the floodgates. Like, yeah, love is all dandy, but what happens when it goes sour, right? But you have to take the good and the bad, right? An adventure, when they adventured throughout the world, they had to deal with all types of new things. Weather that they never experienced, right? Harsh terrain that they never experienced, right? Emotional and mental changes that they had to go through, right? I don't know why I'm getting like Pocahontas vibes. Who was the Caucasian dude that she ended up being attracted to? We have the Six of Bubbles. Yeah, so a cure. This could be some sort of a sex cure. So yeah, someone's dealing with erectile dysfunction or menopause or something like that. I'm guessing there's a cure for it, or I was getting this about 5 minutes ago, but I didn't want to say anything about it. This is why we have sex stores, right? A woman that can't get wet for her husband, right? We have to use KY jelly and all that type of stuff, right? Or a woman that's that's not ready for a relationship, right? Could be a virgin, and she's using like vibrators or dildos or something like that. Or even a guy, right? Don't get that KY jelly. Or like sex dolls or something like that is what I'm getting, right? But there's a cure here for whatever emotional disposition that someone's dealing with, right? A joke from a woman. She's like, erectile dysfunction. There's a good way to get over that. God made the best medicine in the world. It's called pussy. You want to eat something, you want to eat all these herbs, go down there and give your woman oral pleasure, right? And her juices, right? I guess that's what it's supposed to be about, right? Like these guys around here popping all types of pills, right? Right, in the 90s, no one wanted to admit that they went down on people. I'm not sure if they did or not. But like, yeah, it would make sense, right? I definitely know a lot of women that actually like giving head, and that makes them more aroused, right? Yeah, and I know men that actually, out of all the men that be like, no, I'm not going to do it. I know men that actually like doing it, and it gets them aroused, right? So there's a natural cure right there, right? I swear, people make things so complicated and difficult. Yeah, it was a movie like that before. Was it a Tyler Perry movie? I think it was Cedric Entertainer and his wife. Like, they didn't like going down on each other, or his wife had a problem with going down on each other. And you even see this with masculine women. They will not, they think of getting on their knees in front of their husband is like some sort of a submission, or them looking down on them, when it's like, okay, it's a form of pleasure, right? Not only for your person, but it's self-pleasure, right? You want to see how you can make your person react, all right? I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get through 3 rows. There's a lot of messages coming through this particular reading, right? Yeah, you invest in, so we're getting 4 of gems, right? Which is like cheap, poor, or miserly, or saver. This is actually, for me, a humbling card. Like, this is someone that's humble, right? They don't necessarily have to go out and have the latest and greatest, or show that they have money. Comes out on top of the Queen of Storms, right? So yeah, this is using your discernment when it comes to spending your finances, right? This could be using discernment when it comes to where you want to settle down, like the city, the state, the place, right? Where you want to invest, right? Let's clarify the Two of Bubbles, the Star card, wish fulfillment, right? It almost gives me the Lovers, right? They are air sign. It's air sign major arcana, but you're being looked at as someone's wish fulfillment, right? Or you could have your person coming towards you, like your dream person coming towards you, right? Someone very thoughtful, or they're very open-minded. They're very free-spirited. They're very sexually attractive, to be honest with you. Justice. Like, they can have a relationship if they want. Ace of Wands or Ace of Embers, right? Very sexually attractive or appealing, or they're very creative. There's different levels of attraction. Someone could actually be physically attractive, or whatever they're doing, like the way they walk, or the way they move, or their mannerism, or the way that they think. The Star card of Genius could be very sexually attractive. Yeah. So I mean, this is the divine feminine, divine masculine twin flame reading. You know, I've been talking about the Empress and the Empress. These people, they're just talented for whatever reason, right? They just always have their pick of the litter. They always have options. Now, some of them may deal with insecurities, but that's because the world is insecure, right? Like the movie Beauty and the Beast. Like he was a beast, right? He was insecure about that, but he was literally like the walking cure to her. Well, he was her walking cure and she was his walking cure, right? Which we have the Six of Bubbles here and the Ace of Wands, right? Greatest love story ever told, right? Divine masculine, divine feminine, twin flame energy. So we got a little bit of time here. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, jackpot, wish fulfillment, right? I'm not necessarily going to say contentment, because when it's Wheel of Fortune, it's like back-to-back, back-to-back orgasms. It's coming out on top of Justice. Yeah, this has to be in regards to some sort of a marriage or a union, or just a very close relationship that should be considered some sort of a marriage union. Could even be twin flame, because the Justice in numerology is 11, right? That's a gateway or a portal, right? And when we get 1111, that's the twin flame archetype, or the twin flame symbolism. So yeah, you could have, I said I was going to avoid talking about fortune and finances. So that could be orgasms, or that could be wish fulfillment, like your dream person or dream girl or something like that. Three of Embers. Yeah, I'm getting some very freaky messages right now. So your person could be wanting to meet you halfway here. Yeah, you could be traveling towards you, or you could be traveling towards them. This could be a meetup. Three of Storms. Yeah, they're sick or tired of not getting enough of your attention, possibly. So yeah, there's multiple situations between multiple divine counterparts. Everyone's on a different space in their journey, whether it's sexually, mentally, or emotionally. You could very well be in union, but you could be having some sort of you're dealing with the full moon right now, so it's a restructuring of the relationship, or a restructuring of the dynamics here. The Hierophant. Yeah, definitely marriage here. Either you're already dealing with marriage, or marriage is on the way, or this is someone's thought process. Yeah, this could be a woman being like, why are we not married yet? Or, I mean, you don't always want to put it on the women. It could be a man like, dang, I still haven't found my wife yet. Or why are we not married yet? Like, why are you not walking around with your wedding ring? Because she wants to feel like she still got it. Eight of Storms on top of the Star card, and the Two of Bubbles. Yeah, so someone's fixated or infatuated with you here when it comes to love here. Yeah. Again, it doesn't always have to do with sex. Like a woman, if you don't know, and I dated a lot of older women in my lifetime, right? And because they liked me so much, or maybe because they knew that I was less experienced than them with their being older than me, they were willing to teach me certain things, right? So certain things that men don't like doing, I actually learned it from the right type of teacher. And I like doing those sort of things, like pleasing my woman. Like, I'm not a people pleaser, but when it comes to certain things, like if me and my girl play video games, I'm not gonna let her win just because I think I should let her win. But when it comes to like sexual things and things like that, yeah, I think a woman should be, you should like romance a woman. There should be like foreplay and things like that. Just like I think it should be the other way around as well, right? We have 3333. I'll be able to just pull the major arcana before we close out this reading. I gotta create more space on my memory card apparently. So grounding the reading, Three of Bubbles. Someone definitely wanting to be in your energy. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius, a Libra, a Taurus, or an Aquarius. All right. So definitely a relationship. There's a lot of freedom in this relationship as well, right? It could be traditional. That's probably why like some things are just kind of like off-putting. And then we have the Two of Bubbles, the Queen of Storms. Yeah. And the Ace of Wands. So these are the other three important cards I wanted to show. The Two of Bubbles, the Queen of Storms, and the Ace of Wands. So definitely a relationship, divine counterparts, and sort of a union. But yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed the message. Check out the other readings on the channel for the twin flames. Peace.